Good morning, all of you. Today we will start a new chapter that is from the diary of Anne Frank. Now, to understand this chapter, you need to have a clear understanding of the background of this chapter, okay? So, Anne Frank, she was a Jewish girl who died of typhus in a camp, okay, in a Holocaust camp. And what is a Holocaust camp? Holocaust is the mass elimination of the Jewish people, which was done by Adolf Hitler during the World War II. Okay, 6 million Jewish people were killed, and Anne was a Jewish girl. She was taken into the concentrated camp also, but she died of typhus. And she has written this diary, which was gifted to her on her 13th birthday. And she has written about her family, about her childhood in it, and what was her future plans. But she dies, okay. And the 2 year of hiding, okay, in a German occupation camp, that became the essence of the diary, okay. Now, see here the introduction is given before you read. So, Annalise Mary Anne Frank, she was born on 12th June 1929 and died, it's not given over here the exact date, because it is not clear that which exact date she died, but it was on the months of February or March, okay, 1945. She was a German born Jewish girl who wrote while in hiding with her family and four friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. So when Germans occupied the Netherlands, okay, in World War II, they were hiding over there, okay, in Amsterdam. And that was the period when Anne Frank, she wrote this diary. Her family had moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany, but were trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into the Netherlands. So first, the Germans, okay, the Nazis, they had a hold of Germany, and then that time and her family, they ran to Netherlands, but later Netherlands was also captured. As persecution persecutions against the Jewish population increased, the family went into hiding in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father Otto Frank's office building. After 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed and transported to the concentration camp system, where Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen within days of her sister, Margot Frank. So Margot Frank, she also she was Anne Frank's sister. She also died in typhus only, and just some days later, Anne Frank also died. Her father, Otto, the only survivor of the group, returned to Amsterdam after the war ended to find that her diary has been saved. So it was Otto Frank, that is the father, who revived the diary, okay, and convinced that it was a unique record, he took action to have it published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. So when Otto Frank, that is Anne Frank's father, he when he read the diary, the content, he understood that this is an excellent piece of literature and it needs to get published, and he named it as The Diary of a Young Girl. And by that time, obviously, Anne was dead. The diary was given to Anne Frank for her 13th birthday and chronicles the events of her life from 12th June 1942 until its final entry of 1st August 1944, that is 2 years entry, okay. It was eventually translated from its original Dutch into many languages and became one of the world's most widely read books, and it was actually translated into more than 65 languages, and it is the most widely read diary of Holocaust, dealing with Holocaust, okay. There have also been several films, televisions, and theatrical productions, and even an opera based on the diary. Described as the work of a mature and insightful mind, the diary provides an intimate examination of daily life under Nazi occupation. means under Nazi occupation means what? The cities were under the Nazi rule. So that is what is depicted in the diary. And being a 13-year-old girl, it was, amazing that she wrote with such insight and such a matured mind. Anne Frank has become one of the most renowned and discussed of the Holocaust victims. Okay, a victim which we know, whom we understand, whom we know, right? So she became one of them. See, this photo is given over here. This is a photo as I would wish myself to look all the time. Then I would maybe have a chance to come to Hollywood. This was written by Anne, 10th October 1942. It's such a young girl she was, and amazingly she has written this thing. Now this lesson which you people are going to do, it's just a part of the whole. You can't read the whole diary, right? So it's just an excerpt from Diary of the Young Girl, of a Young Girl, or Diary of Anne Frank, and it is an autobiography that was published in 1947. Okay, in this Anne expresses her thoughts which was gifted to her on her 13th birthday, and she names the diary Kitty. So she had also given a name to the diary, and it was called Kitty, and considers it as her only true friend. And she mentions about her childhood, her family, etc. in it. So let's start with the chapter. Okay, so activity is given. Do you keep a diary? No, useless, no need to do this. Just come to the lesson. Okay, writing in a diary is really strange experience for someone like me. And who is me over here? Anne. Not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. So she is saying that writing a diary, it's not something which seems to me very. I did not thought that I will be interested in writing diary ever. Okay, but I also thought that who will be interested to know about the musings. What is musings? Musings is a period of reflection of or thoughts. Okay, so who will be interested to know about my musings? A 13-year-old school going girl. So I did not thought that it will be interesting to anyone. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So she's saying it doesn't matter what others think. I feel like writing, and I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. So maybe she was holding back a lot of things, and she wanted to jot it down somewhere, write it down somewhere, so that she feels relaxed and free. So that is the reason she's saying that no, I had a lot of things in my mind going on for a long time, so now I want to just write it. Okay, yeah, 1 minute. Paper has more patience than people. See, a wonderful line this is. Paper has more patience than people. Means what? Paper can listen to you more than any other person will be. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless. Listless means with no energy or interest. So once she was just sitting over in her home, and she was listless, she did not have anything to do, and she was bored also. And she thought of this saying that paper has more patience than people. Wondering whether to stay in or go out, I finally stayed where I was brooding. Yes, paper does have more patience. Brooding means what? Engaging in deep thought about something that makes someone sad or angry. So she was brooding, she was not in a good mood also. And she understood that time that yes, paper does have more patience. And since I'm not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook, grandly referred to as a diary, unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. So she's saying that she had that thought that paper had more patience, and she decides to write everything that came in her mind because she did not intend on making someone read it unless she found a real friend. So means a human friend. Okay, and she thought that yeah, maybe till that time I can use a diary. By real friend she means a friend with whom she could share all her secrets, right? So the author then comes back to the point where she thought of beginning to write. It is because she is lonely and she has no friend to talk to, and she decides that no, I will write a diary. Now I am back to the point that prompted me. Prompted means provoke. Okay, to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend. Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. And I am not. So she's accepting the fact that she's not alone in the world. Okay, I have loving parents and a 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. So she goes on explaining why she feels the need for a friend, and she accepts that I am not alone. I have nearly 30 people that can be called friends, loving aunts, and good place to stay, all that. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No one, no. On the surface, I seem to have everything except my one true friend. So, but she accepts the fact that this depicts a clear picture of a happy family. But the one thing that lacks in her life is the presence of a true friend with whom she can share everything. Right? Hmm. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary everyday things. So, I can't talk with them something exceptional or something deep which is going on deep inside me. Okay, it's just everyday talks which we have with our friends. So that is what I was missing in my life. That deep conversation with someone. And we don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that's the problem. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. Confide in each other means to tell personal things, private things to a person that one trust. So she's admitting the fact that she does not get too close to people. Okay, her nature is not like that. So that's why she's not able to say every bit of detail to anyone. Okay. Yeah. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. Liable to change here means likely to change. It means I don't think it will be changing sooner. This is why I have started the diary. To enhance the image of this long awaited friend in my imagination, I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do. But I want the diary to be my friend, and I am going to call this friend Kitty. So she is saying that usually when someone is writing in a diary, they list down all the facts about them in a formal manner, which she doesn't want to do. This is because she wanted to give her need for a friend a shape, and thus decides to name the diary as Kitty. So she's saying that Kitty is my friend. Okay, I don't want to give a formal introduction of myself just like other people write in a diary. I don't want to do that because I consider this diary as my friend. Okay, so I will be very informal. Okay, and hoping that someone would read her diary one day, she thinks that writing without giving details about the background story would be ineffective, and she accepts that also, that I have to give a bit of background details also. So, and what was the name of her diary? Kitty. Okay. Yeah. Since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty if I were to plunge right in. Plunge means what? Jump into very quickly, or dive very quickly. I'd better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. Means I don't want to do it, but if someone reads my diary in the future, they won't understand me a bit also if I don't give a bit of information about me. So that is the reason she says that okay, I will just give some information about myself before writing the diary. So okay, so till here, okay, then we will continue the next day. So please clarify your doubts if you have any. Okay, thank you.